Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Gross Catholic High School's football senior night. At this time, we would like to recognize 24 seniors and their parents for their time, talent, and dedication to the Gross Catholic High School and Gross Catholic football program. Number 1, Charlie Palladino, son of Katie and Jimmy Palladino. Jackson Wunderlich, the son of Heather and Aaron Wunderlich. Number 3, Jaden Bowen, son of Lisa and Tim Bowen. Number 11, Joseph Rempe, son of Joe and Lindsay Rempe.
Outside linebacker, fullback, fits it in.
Number 13, Jackson Drake, son of Rick and Casey Schubert and Chris Drake and Mandy Ferguson. Number 17, Brandon Herring, son of Amanda and Josh Jensen and Justin and Laura Herring. Number 24, Shane Killian, son of the late Corporal Shane Killian and April Killian and Jesse Walker. Number 26, Arlen Brennan, son of Barb and Josh Brennan. Number 28, Tim Furman, son of Katie and Jeff Furman. Number 29, Akut Akut, son of Helena and Wonton. Number 34, Jake Garcia, son of Steve Garcia and Julie and Jeff Schramm. Number 41, Alex Cossey, son of Marla and Alan Cossey. Number 34, Tommy Gilbert, son of Jen and Mike Gilbert. Number 54, Sam Canova, son of Clay and Sam Canova. Number 55, Sebastian Nava, son of Rosario and Jose Nava. Hardesty, the son of Gina and Bill Hardesty. Number 61, Salvatore Nacarelli, son of Mardell and Jeff Nacarelli. Number 69, Christian Anderson, son of Mary and Chad Anderson. Number 71, Daniel Wilson, the son of Kathy Wilson. Number 72, Carson Holmgren, son of Colleen and Patrick Holmgren. Number 79, Casey Braun, the son of Amanda and Brad Braun. 81, Ben Rice, the son of Debbie and Bill Rice. Number 82, Seth Roos, son of Bonnie and Patrick Roos. And number 90, Stephen Ginn, son of Michelle and Jason Ginn. Seniors, thank you for your passion and commitment to Gross Catholic High School. Parents, thank you for your support of our football program at Gross Catholic High School. The countless hours you have spent raising funds, planning cookouts, hosting team breakfasts, lunches, and dinners have provided countless memories for our student athletes. Thank you. Let's give these fine seniors and their parents a big round of applause. At this time, our players and football staff would also like to recognize the following seniors who have dedicated themselves to the Cougar football program. Our filmers, Braden Wyson and Ben Tanschnegar, and our team manager, Jose Rosas Onade. We would also like to recognize our team manager, Ben Herrick. Our athletic trainer, Suzanne Nano, and our strength and conditioning coach, Ben Stanisic. Thank you all for your countless hours and dedication to our football program. Go Cougars!
Fighters all and winners too.
Here we are the KG Cougars.
Go with the orange and blue.
Hear 'em howl, hear 'em growl, hungry Cougars on the prowl.
Hear 'em shout.
Hear him say,
We go winners all the way.
Come on, Cougars, show 'em how we do it.
show them how the game is won.
Gross High, great, great, best in the Husker State.
Oh, I love it. Great community, great friends, great teachers. It's very easy to be involved with the community here.
It definitely brought me out of my comfort zone a ton. It was super easy to make friends and get involved.
It's definitely been something that I've enjoyed coming to every day. I mean, I feel like I can, interact with everyone.
I really like Gross because it's a great place to meet new people and try a lot of different things and be able to get out of your comfort zone.
This school has helped me grow and make me feel more connected.
You have endless opportunities when it comes to academics and athletics.
Biggest thing is the community. Everybody is just so connected. That's what I love about Gross. It's such a small community, such a tight-knit group of people. It's like family.
Like you just be like walking down the hallway and like there's everyone just like laughing and smiling.
That's the best part about going to school with like 400 kids in it. Everyone knows everyone. And we all support each other. We get rowdy, we shake the floor.
We have 4 houses, 1 home, but we really do act like a family.
When it comes down to it, it's given me a group of friends that I think I personally want to be friends with out of high school. It's a fantastic atmosphere where everybody feels welcomed and everybody just has a place.
And you see that love for one another outside the school halls as well. But it really starts here in the halls of Gross Catholic, the formation for life. And so we see our graduates go on and do great things. And I think because that moral formation that they've received here at Gross Catholic.
Teachers are great role models for us. They're fantastic people, and they teach us how to lead, how to be a great leader.
Being in high school, there's a lot that kids go through. There's some teachers here that I've been able to talk to, even pray with. Like, if something happened in my family, I say, hey, Mr. Conley, can you help me pray for this person? He's like, sure, Gio.
I think it's good that they challenge us a little bit because that'll obviously help us become better, not only in school, but just to help make us a better person.
The teachers don't only make class fun, but they make it something I want to be learning. I'm involved in the Health Science Academy. I think it's great, and it's a really good way of finding, hey, I like this without spending all this money on college.
We learn a lot of the skills needed in corporate America, like teamwork and sportsmanship with a level of professionalism.
Do still means to be a leader, and at Gross, that's rooted into our teaching, into our curriculum, everything.
1, 2, 3, let go!
It means to me that whenever I make decisions, I can't just focus on myself because it includes other people, and I need to keep that in mind and not put it on the back burner and just forget about it. It's something very important that I've learned.
And to me, a leader is someone who people can always come to you for help, just to talk. I think we should celebrate love, everything going on in the world. It's just nice to just love each other, be there for each other, community. And Gross is a community.
As I go on and graduate, just my faith has kept me strong and confident in what is next in the future.
You can be yourself, you can have fun. It's amazing. I love it.
Go Cougs. I always go back to football. After wins, come to the student section and sing the Cougar fight song. When you're singing that and everybody's yelling, it's just like nothing else matters, and you're just living in that moment.
All right, so let's have you sing the Cougar fight song.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Here we are the Gross High Cougars, fighters all and winners too. Here we are the Cajun Cougars, go with the orange and blue. Hear 'em howl, hungry Cougars on the prowl. Hear 'em shout, hear 'em say, we gon' winners all the way. Rah, 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 rah. Hey, come on Cougars, show 'em how we do it. Show 'em how the game is won. On your march, get set, go to it. Gross High, great, best in the Husker State. Cougars are #1. Hey.
Here we are the Gross High Cougars.
Fighters all and winners too.
Here we are the KG Cougars.
Go with the orange and blue.
Hear 'em howl, hear 'em growl, hungry Cougars on the prowl. Hear 'em shout,
Hear 'em sing.
We go winners all the way. Come on, Cougars, show 'em how we do it.
Show 'em how the game is won.
set, go, do it.
Gross High, great, best in the Husker State. Here we are the Gross High Cougars.
Fighters all and winners too.
Here we are the KG Cougars.
Go with the orange and blue.
Hear 'em howl, hear 'em growl, hungry Cougars on the prowl.
Hear 'em shout.
Hear him say,
We go winners all the way. Come on, Cougars, show 'em how we do it.
show them how the game is won.
Gross High, great, great, best in the Husker State.
And it is a big night ahead of us for the Gross Catholic Cougars. Not only is it the homecoming game, it is also senior night as they go into a rivalry matchup against the Ralston Rams. We thank everybody for tuning in. Joey Kirkle alongside me, Austin Ulmer, here at Bryan High School. Austin, this Gross Catholic team has looked very sharp to start the season.
Oh yeah, it's been a great season for them so far. As you know, Joey, 4-0 on the year, and you know they're coming off some big victories. Beat Beatrice, that was big. You know, took on Westview, expected to win that one, but you know, learning experience. And then they went on beating Elkhorn 21-14 in a close game. And then coming off that win against Blair, that's huge to get them ready tonight for this rivalry game here on senior night against the Ralston Rams.
Absolutely, and kind of like you were saying, those first two wins were big to start the year, but I think those two were kind of expected, and this Gross team has struggled in recent years, so going into that Elkhorn matchup, I think a lot of people didn't know what to expect from them, but they showed out there, and then last week they impressed again, so giving Blair their only defeat of the season so far, and this is actually their first 4-0 start to the season since the 2008 fall season where they finished 9-2. So in very good footprints right now, coming off that 34-7 victory. And this is their last home game of the regular season against the Rams. Obviously, they're going to be led by Colby Duncan at quarterback and the man Jake Garcia, the senior at running back, already at 648 rushing yards and 8 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, he's just been huge for the Cougars this year, Joey, all the accolades. And he's helped lead this Cougars team to averaging 253 yards a game, which is just quite the number. So that's the name of the game for Gross, and we're going to see that here tonight. They are going to pound the ball down Ralston's throats, and hopefully that's a big recipe for a win for them this evening. And great crowd on hand here, senior night as you would expect. They had the little ceremony with the parents of the seniors, really cool to see. And just some encouragement this year for this is the season halfway point, you know, but this is a huge one right here, this rivalry game, and what this is the final home game for them right here at Bryan of the regular season, so they want to go out with a bang before they take those 4 games on the road.
And like you had said, 253 rushing yards per game. Jake Garcia accounting for 162 on his own. But they're not the only team that's run heavy. These Ralston Rams are led by the run. Their quarterback, Harrison Ackley, only averaging 39 passing yards per game. But he's also their leading rusher, almost double the carries of any other player. He has 38 carries on the year, 238 rushing yards, and 6 rushing touchdowns. And I was able to watch some film of him earlier today, and you see this offense, they are option heavy. That read option is almost nonstop for him. He loves rolling around. If they're going to pass, often that play action, he likes to roll to the right, find an opportunity to run. That's what he likes to do a lot. They got a few other backs that They have 3 backs, actually, that have 20 or more carries and another one with 19. So this is as run-heavy of an offense as it gets. A 2-2 start to the year. It'll be a tough matchup against the Cougars, but they're going to need it if they want to get that momentum going and take them above 500.
Yeah, I mean, feel the air out here tonight. It's starting to feel like a football weather out here, so it kind of gets you even more a little bit amped up for a big game like this here, being senior night and this huge rivalry game. So we're really going to see what this Gross Catholic team has to offer against this Ralston Rams team that plays them tough every year. They're 2-2 this year. They've had some big wins, a couple of stumbles in there, but you know, we'll see what happens in this one.
Absolutely. For the Rams, they're coming off, they got the momentum right now, coming off a 51-7 victory against Westview. Harrison Ackley in that game, only 4 for 11, 71 yards in the air, but he had 9 carries for 133 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. A career game for the man under center. Number 2, Hudson Holloway, also had 108 yards and 52 receiving yards. So this team getting some momentum going. As we see the Gross Catholic Cougars running out onto the field, you hear that loud crowd, and like you said, getting a little chilly. Rivalry game, homecoming game. This feels like high school football.
Yeah, this is what it's all about here, Joey, and you know, we're out here in the elements as well, and it kind of feels great to be out here in this atmosphere. All around pretty cool.
Absolutely. You know, I'd like another 10, 15 degrees, but I do like it. It is nice.
We'll get settled in and get used to it, so. Yeah, but Jake Garcia, I mean, he's really the story. But also on the defensive end, John Henry Nosbich has had a great year. Great job locating the ball, getting through the gaps as a linebacker, and getting those tackles. I'd expect him to be pressuring the quarterback tonight as well, causing some problems for the Rams.
Absolutely. Nosbich been the leader on defense, 30 tackles. That leads the team, joined by Owen Brennan with 29 and 2 tackles for loss. That defense has really stepped up. I think going into this year, that was a concern. The defense really struggled. Only 10.5 yards allowed per game, as we were going to take a quick break for the national anthem and be right back. Stay with us.
At the conclusion of the prayer for the playing of our national anthem, performed this evening by the alumni Cougar Band. We are a Catholic high school in the Marianist tradition, and as such, we begin all activities by asking for God's blessing. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. God in heaven, we come before you tonight, and we give you thanks for your many blessings. May the actions of all here this evening, players and fans, always reflect your love for all people. Please keep all the athletes free from injury, and may they be strengthened in mind, body, and soul to do their best each day. Together we pray the Marianist doxology. May the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit be glorified in all places through the Immaculate Virgin Mary. Amen.
We are back here at Bryan Field preparing for this big rivalry game, Joey, and you can hear the crowd out here getting ready for this matchup. It's going to be an intense game. feel the tension in the air between these two teams.
Absolutely. Big rivalry game midway through the season when the teams, they got the rust out of the way. So should be a fun one here as we're about to get set for kickoff. Under a minute until we go. Want to give a quick shout out to our game day sponsors, Foot and Ankle Center of Nebraska and Iowa, online at www.footankle.com, and Colleen Almgren, Better Homes and Garden, the Good Life Group, at 402-871-0694.
Yes, and just another response. Just want to thank our other sponsors too, Edie Bailey and Papio Valley Nursery as well, for helping get this game, making it happen, the video stream and all that. Always good to have the sponsors on along with us. So looking forward to this one though, and got Thunderstruck playing in the crowd, Joey, that's always the sign. Everyone's pumped up to go, and you can see these guys are fired up here. It always means a little bit more in rivalry games, and it being the homecoming game, senior night, so all these things kind of adding up, it just makes for a great atmosphere of football.
Absolutely. All the elements coming together right now. You see both teams' student sections here representing. It should be a fun one. We even talked about pregame. The two of us were talking. See the alternate orange jerseys here for the Cougars. Getting set for kickoff. The Cougars ready to receive. Underway here at Bryan High School. Alex Diaz Cabrera for the Rams, ready to kick off. And we are underway. A short kick here. This one bounces at the 15. That'll be picked up and run back. Cutting inside and going down just past the 20. That'll be number 15, Kyle Rempe. So we will see the offense come out for the Cougars, as we mentioned, led by Colby Duncan under center and star running back Jake Garcia.
Yeah, and you'd expect him to be handing off to him right away, Joey, get things going, set the tempo of the game with the running game, Could lead to a couple play actions. We'll see how many times they decide to throw the ball this evening. So
absolutely, and misspoke right there, just past the 30-yard line. Big difference there. We see that pro set they line up in often. It's going to be the handoff right up the middle. Garcia going down. Great work by the defensive line, taking him down. You see number 17, A.J. Conke on the tackle.
Yeah, they were waiting for that, ready for Garcia to try to run it up the middle and able to get in there, apply pressure, and bring him down.
Quick offense getting set 5 wide. Throw here, that one will be caught. Right there, that's number 15, Rempe.
Nice little catch there by the sidelines and pick up some yards now, but this is a big third down here to get the momentum going on their side.
Absolutely.
Or his first down, excuse me.
And Kyle Rempe, not usually a guy you see out there first team, but getting his number called on early and taking advantage. So now 4 wide here, a back to Duncan's side. Motion there from Owen Brennan. He's going to hand this one off. That's Garcia finding a lot of open field. He's at the 30. They're not going to catch him. And Jake Garcia with touchdown number 9 on the season, picking up right where he left off.
Yeah, we've seen that all year long, Joey, and there's nothing they could do about that. He caught the gap, took off, and it was the way to go, and that took him to a Papillion Foreign Motors scoring play.
That's right.
Got to thank our sponsor there, and what a huge play for Garcia.
And, we've seen it all season, but it still catches you off guard. He's a bigger back, but, man, when he turns on the Jets, there is no catching up to him. Now Alex Koss for the PAT. And 55 seconds in, we have got a 7-0 lead for the Cougars. About as an electric start as you can get for your homecoming game, your senior night, in a rivalry matchup.
Yeah, just what a huge run there. Caught the gap. That's the thing. You can't give him any space, because if he does, he's got that speed. You're not going to catch him. And he even outran all their defensive backs, too. Just took off. Nothing they could do about it. Huge, huge score there.
And I love the way the Cougars started that game, because obviously Garcia is going to be a big part of that game. He's going to see a lot of the looks. But even after that first handoff, didn't get a lot. They hurried into the offense, kind of caught everyone off guard by going 5 wide, Duncan by himself. Not something you'd expect, and able to pick up the first down, and then obviously going right back to your man in Garcia.
Yeah, so we'll see now how Ralston comes out and answers against that, giving up that huge run. All the momentum on the side of Omaha Gross already right now.
Absolutely, and while plays like that seem like an outlier, frankly, that's been consistent for this offense all year. They're averaging 39.8 points per game. There's been nothing but electricity from these Cougars. So we'll see if the Rams are able to either match that offensive electricity or find a stop on the defensive end. So here's Alex Koss now for the kickoff. This one will fall in the end zone. So the Rams will start at the 20 line, and it'll be senior Hayden Ackley coming out to lead the offense. As we mentioned pre-game, the star player on this team, a run-heavy quarterback. Expect to see a lot of options from this Ram offense.
Yeah, and we could see in pre-games too, they were practicing that option formation quite a bit. You would expect Gross to be looking for that, so might see a little bit of deception with play action tonight from the Rams.
So it'll be Ackley under center, and he is backing up. Moving in a shotgun, we've got motion. Gonna hand it off on the sweep here, cutting inside. Solid first run of the game there. That one, the senior Hudson Holloway. As we mentioned last game, Holloway with over 100 yards on the ground in just 5 carries and another 52 yards caught receiving. So it's a 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3 now at the 27-yard line. Wouldn't be surprised to see Ackley taking a turn on the run this play. He is going to hand this one off. Plowing through his defender and getting to the 30. That's number 17, A.J. Resconky. Right at the markers, and they are going to move the chains. That'll be a Rams first down. And first downs today brought to you by Great Plains State Bank. Rams able to cash in on a first down.
Yeah, and you can see Gross. They're kind of waiting for that little read option kind of play out there. It's all about your ends, making sure they don't cheat too much inside, because that quarterback, he can take the outside corner and be gone. So they're going to have to watch that all game long.
Back to his side, motion again for Holloway. He's going to fake the handoff, and he's going to keep this one. Not much to it, though. A gain of 1, maybe 2 yards there for Ackley.
Ackley, ball carrier. Tommy Gilbert on the tackle.
That was Thomas Gilbert on the tackle. Gilbert, one of the team's leading tacklers with 24 tackles on the season. So 2nd and 8, ball at the 32-yard line. See 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He's looking for the quick screen pass. He's got Holloway. Holloway cutting to the right, evading defenders, and he's going to pick up the first down.
Ackley's pass is complete to Hudson Holloway.
Impressive play there, wasting no time right away on the screen, even with some defensive traffic there, but Holloway able to cut to the right.
Yeah, but that was just some great blocking we saw there, leading that screen for the Rams and led them to another Great Plains State Bank first down. And just great blocking so far from this Ralston team. And you're kind of seeing, I would not expect to see Gross blitz a lot tonight, because with this dangerous option game, you don't want to blitz, because next thing you know, quarterback could be gone.
And he is going to hand this one off right up the middle, but nothing to it. Great work by the defensive line of the Cougars.
No gain on the play. It's 2nd and 10.
And we know Coach Hout has praised this line. It's experienced guys that are returning players. And they go down right at the line. It will be 2nd and 10. Wildcat formation here.
Yeah, this
we
is
got
interesting.
Holloway back under center. Holloway catches it. He's rolling to the left. Defense right there, able to evade defenders, work his way just past the 50-yard line. Great play call there, and Hudson Holloway making the most of it.
Yeah, and we're in for lots of running the ball tonight, Joey. You can really see it, but Holloway displaying his speed right there, able to get outside and work his way through. Looked like he was going to go down, stayed up, led him to another first down.
Absolutely, and we know we've talked about this Gross team a lot, how they do not like to pass the ball, but they are clearly the team that passes more, which is something you don't see very often.
Right.
But this Ralston team really likes playing on the ground.
And if they do pass the ball, I would expect lots of those kind of screen plays that we saw earlier.
Some miscommunication here, so we are going to have an early timeout for the Rams. Looks like they weren't exactly sure what was going on, so it'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of confusion out there on the defensive side, especially what we're seeing from Ralston so far is kind of these unusual formations. They had the one with the fullback kind of up in front of the quarterback, the pistol, and right there saw him in an empty set, but then the motion threw off this Cougars defense and had to call the timeout. But you'd expect them to make the adjustments they need to make.
And that's something that this Ralston team does really well. They're always going to keep the defense on their toes. Even, when I was watching the game earlier, you would see obviously the option a lot. There were some fake pitches where they hand off and then the quarterback would fake a pitch. You see, we've already seen motion nonstop. Like they are not going to be a predictable offense. You might know they're running the ball, but you do not know who it's going through, how they're lining up, or where the ball is going. So again, we've got Holloway under center.
And there's that motion, Joey.
Holloway's taking it to the right this time. Great work by the defense, swarming him up. That one was number 44, Thomas Gilbert. Great open field tackle getting through the line.
Yeah, and that's why you call timeouts right there. Make the necessary adjustments. Get your defense on the same page, and it paid off there on a huge stop on first down.
3rd and 12 after that big tackle for loss. And it's looking like we're going to have to see Harrison Ackley show off that arm. Shotgun formation all by himself. Trips left here for the Rams. And they are going to go with the screen pass. Defense shutting it down immediately, though. That was number 3, Juan Fontanes Nieto.
Yeah, but what a tackle there by Brady Robbins. Huge tackle. Not to let him get away. Get him by the legs. Bring him down. That's the kind of tackling you like to see from your team, Joey.
Just a strong, fundamental tackle. So now 3rd and 11 here for the Rams. Harrison Ackley with 2 backs to his side. Just under 6.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. He is looking to air this one out. He's got a receiver deep. That ball is caught at the 25-yard line. First down there. That one caught by Rex Butenbach. So the Rams able to cash in for another Great Plains State Bank first down.
Yeah, and they just caught the Cougars off guard there with that pass going downfield. And already kind of seen them throw the ball a little more than we expected coming into this one.
2 screen passes and then going deep right there. And Ackley on that pass, pretty accurate. Looked like a good ball.
Well, and that's where Gross has to be careful, only keeping one safety deep. They put some vulnerable for those deep passes.
So 1st and 10 at the 25. Motion here for Holloway. This one is going to be kept by the quarterback. Ackley nowhere to go. Able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that was Jackson Drake there on that nice tackle. He got around that corner quick.
Yep. So now time for the Lansky's trivia question. Winner gets a gift card to Lansky, so submit your questions on Twitter. And our question for the first half, what year was the Strength and Conditioning Center opened? So send those answers in, and we will let you know in the second quarter the correct answer and see which of you win a gift card to Lansky's. So 2nd and 10 here. Ackley short pass to Holloway. Nice work from the blockers. We do have a flag, however, but that ball has worked inside the 10-yard line. Could be coming back for holding, though.
Yeah, we'll see if we get him holding here. It kind of looked like he was held back there. That's the problem with those screen passes too, Joey. A lot of time they yield those holding calls with it, so got to be careful on there. You just got to be disciplined for your blockers. That's why you practice.
And this one is coming back. So penalty on the Rams there.
Holding on the Rams, that's a 10-yard penalty.
Looks like it was a block in the back is what they called him for. So
ball moves back to the 40-yard line. A big loss there for the Rams. 2nd and 25 here. 15-yard penalty. So now only 2nd down, but a lot of urgency here. You got to make up some big yards on this 2nd down play. We see the pro set again.
Yeah, and one safety deep for the Cougars once again. He's throwing.
Pressure right to him, and a great open field tackle there. That one from Joe Rempe. Fantastic work, not giving him any room to get comfortable.
Yeah, and Rempe showing off his athletic ability there. Listed on the roster as athletic and displaying it right there, able to get in there for the big tackle for the loss.
It's a loss of a yard. 3rd and 26, ball at the 41. They got to find a way to get to the 15. So we'll see what Ackley and the Rams offense can do with 3:52 to go in the first quarter. Oh, we missed a penalty. That's a delay of game. And another 5 yards here for the Rams. Penalties just killing them right now. 3rd and 31, ball at the 46.
Yeah, and they had a nice drive going, and penalties are going to end up hurting them here. So this is quite the daunting 31 yards to go, Joey.
Motion from Holloway, and they are going to hand this one off to the back. He'll work his way just past the 40-yard line, but well short of a first down. Rams not even going to try and air it out there on 3rd down.
Yeah, a little surprising there. They didn't opt to go for the pass because, as I said, Cougars all game long, they've only been playing one safety deep, so big opportunity there for them, and just decided to hand it off, and they're going to punt it here. We saw a couple block punts against Westview, so we'll see if we get that once again.
Oh, we have a low pass, and we have a fumble. Cougars going back. They're going to pick this ball up, and is anybody going to stop them? Nobody. That is another special teams touchdown for the Cougars. Number 24, Shane Killian.
Yeah, and what a play there. Able to get back, pick up that, and just a miscue on the snap there from the long snapper to the punter led to another big score for the Cougars. And that score brought to you by Papillion Foreign Motors. And motoring on into the end zone.
That's right.
As the Cougars once again taking a commanding 13-0 lead early in this one, Joey.
Man, so multiple special teams touchdowns on the year now for the Cougars. Taking advantage of any chance they get. So it's right back to Alec Koss on the PAT.
We'll see if wind plays a factor on some of these kicks tonight. It's blowing pretty good.
Koss's kick is up, and it is a 14-0 lead here for the Cougars. 3:06 to play in the first quarter. When we come back, we'll see if the Rams have a response in them. We will take a quick break here. We'll be back in just a minute.
Alex Cougars set to kick it off for the Cougars.
Back as Alex Cossey sets to kick it off. 14-0 lead with 3:06 to play in the first quarter here at Bryan High. Harrison Ackley and the Rams gonna need a response here.
Yeah, and if you're Omaha Gross, you got to be happy with this commanding 14-0 lead in this rivalry game to start things off, Joey, already here in the first quarter.
Absolutely. I mean, you can make a big case. This is their biggest game of the regular season.
Most
Going
definitely.
Up against, I know the Rams are 2-2, but this is a talented team. It's a big rivalry, homecoming game and senior night. This one will be caught by Holloway. Taking this ball just past the 20, going down at the 25-yard line. All in all, good return from Hudson Holloway.
Yeah, and if you're Ralston, you got to stay composed out there. Get back there, run, keep the identity of your offense. Get out there, run those crazy formations we've seen from them all game long. Try to get that running game going and maybe throw in a couple passes there because that seemed to have worked for them for a little bit.
Exactly, and disciplinary issues are what killed that drive, but they were getting close to the red zone. They were at the 25. They had that play that got them inside the 10 that obviously got called back, but they did a lot of things really well. So if you're the coach, that's what you're telling them. Hey, keep doing what you're doing as we see the motion here. Oh, and a trick play here. Holloway is going to air this one out. That one is almost caught by number 18. Intended receiver there was Rex Wetterbeck.
But you got to give it to Ben Rice, the corner there. That was some good protection there, keeping the receiver within reach, and nice job.
Absolutely.
Not giving up that pass.
Yeah, I was curious if we're going to see a flag. A little bit of jersey tugging there. Nothing too major. I don't think it slowed it down too much. But
no, and it was a little bit back and forth. They kind of tend to let that go a little bit. So
yeah, you like seeing them let them play. But man, the Rams love catching teams off guard. You saw the motion from Holloway, pitch back, having him air it out. So after that play, it is a 2nd and 10 here. Ackley in shotgun, Holloway in motion again. This time he's going to keep this ball to himself, but he slips and goes down at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be another 3rd and long here for the Rams.
Tripped up at the line of scrimmage, just 3rd and 10 for the Rams.
yeah, and another 3rd and long for Ralston, Joey, and you would think they have to be throwing the ball here.
Unless they have something really nice cooked up, you would imagine they'd have to. And really, we've seen throughout this year how much the Cougar team embraces and works off of momentum. You give them anything, they're going to take advantage of it. So you need to respond here. You need to put together a strong drive and get points on the board because this game will be over if you let them ride. Shotgun by himself, rolling around to the right, and he's going to look to run this one. Working his way for a 1st down and more, going out of bounds just before the 45-yard line. And that's something I saw when I watched Harrison Ackley play. On the play action, he rolls to the right, and he is looking for any opportunity to run. If he sees a lane, he will take it.
Yeah, and he does a great job displaying his agility there and rolled his way to another Great Plains State Bank 1st down.
2:01 now in the first quarter. Ball at the 43. Again, Ackley by himself in shotgun. Quarterback draw to the left. Blockers there, but great comeback tackle. Gain of about 5 there for Hudson Holloway.
Yeah, and a nice tackle by Gabe Hardesty to not give up too much yardage there before he got out of hand.
So now 2nd and 7. Ackley's got Rest Conkey to his back. And he's going to hand this one off. A.J. Rest Conkey working this one just shy of the 50-yard line. Be about a 3rd and 5 here for the Rams. Ball will be placed at the 49.
It's 35.
Yeah, and this is a big possession right here. Close to midfield, 3rd and 5, a manageable yardage, but you got to be sure with what you're doing here against this tough Gross defense.
Again, Ackley has Rest Conkey with him. You see the motion there. He's going to wrap around to the right side of the field. Pressure on him, makes the throw, a great pass, and that one is caught. Nice tackle, but number 18, Rex Butenbach makes the catch, and that is a Great Plains State Bank first down.
Yeah.
Ball now into Cougar territory.
Yeah, and Ackley showing off how effective he is on the run, throwing that ball. Nice little rollout play there, and found the man crossing over. Nice play.
And so that will be the final play of the first quarter. The Gross Catholic Cougars lead 14-0 in this homecoming game, senior game. We will take a quick break and be back for the start of the second quarter as the Ralston Rams look to close in on the deficit.
The 24th is NSAA Fall Officials Appreciation Week. Every year, these individuals attend clinics, participate in rules meetings, and take tests in preparation for the season. During the season, these dedicated men and women take time away from their personal schedules and families to provide opportunities for the thousands of student athletes that participate in NSAA events. Please stand and let's show our appreciation and give a big round of applause for these outstanding officials here at the game tonight. Thank you, gentlemen.
Here we are the Gross Side Cougars.
Fighters all and winners too.
Here we are the KG Cougars.
Go with the orange and blue.
Hear 'em howl, hear 'em growl, hungry Cougars on the prowl.
Hear 'em shout.
Hear him say,
We go winners all the way. Come on, Cougars, show 'em how we do it.
show them how the game is won.
Gross High, great, great, best in the Husker State.
And we are back here on the field. And as we get ready for the second quarter here, Ralston on 1st and 10 now. Trying to make something happen. There's the handoff to Holloway, and he is taken down in the backfield. And look who it is, Jake Garcia on the tackle for the loss there, Joey.
That's right, Garcia great on both sides of the field, and Hudson Holloway really getting a big role today. Last week in their big victory against Westview, only 5 carries, and we're already seeing him play a huge role, that motion on just about every play. We've seen him out of Wildcat multiple times. They are really calling on his number early.
Yeah, and we'd like to take this chance to thank our game day sponsors, Foot and Ankle Center of Nebraska and Iowa, online at www.footankle.com, and Colleen Almgren, Better Homes and Garden, the Good Life Group. So now 2nd and 10, Rams working, and Ackley drops back, rolling out, looking for someone to throw it to, and all he could do is throw it out of bounds. Takes quite the hit there from Owen Brennan.
And really, you were watching Brennan pursue him, and you're kind of wondering, when's he going to get rid of this ball? He allowed Brennan to hit him. If he threw that away a little earlier, would have been a flag, or he would have had to back up. But, man, he waited until the last possible second. Risky move there from the quarterback.
And if you're that Rams sideline, you're watching, a little nervous there, held onto the ball about as long as he possibly could. So able to get it out of bounds zone, leads to this huge 3rd and 10 now, threatening in Cougars territory.
And this Cougar defense has been great on 3rd downs this season. Opponents picking up the first downs just 34% of the time.
So looks like a stoppage of play here. Looks like we have a timeout on the field called by Ralston. So that's their 2nd timeout taken now of the game. So they're down to 1 timeout with 11:09 to go here. And I'd like to thank our other sponsors for this game, the Papio Valley Nursery and ID Bailey. Thank you for sponsoring this game. But Joey, so far, running's been the name of the game. We've seen that, but 3rd and 10 here, Rams are probably going to have to throw the ball.
You would imagine, but it seems like with these teams, we keep saying that, and then we'll see some kind of handoff play. So you never know with these teams, but you do have to expect to see them air it out. You got to wonder if it's just going to be a simple pass or if they're going to try and catch the defense off guard.
So now 3 men out wide, one in the backfield alongside Ackley in the shotgun. There's the snap from the 37. He drops back, throwing deep, and it is an interception by Jackson Drake. It's almost like he threw it right to him, and nice job for Drake to make sure he was in bounds, and a nice catch on the interception, and the first turnover for the Cougars.
And Jackson Drake with his first interception of the season, just a little too much on that pass for Harrison Ackley. And listen, Jackson Drake, a very talented receiver. He leads the team in receptions. You give him a ball like that, he'll take advantage.
He showed off his skills there, right? Made sure he kept his feet in bounds, so it was a catch. Little bit of position trouble. They'll be working from the 6, will the Cougars. It's 1st and 10. So there's Duncan, hands it off. And it's Jake Garcia, gets taken down there just before the 15-yard line, so it looks like they'll spot it about the 14.
Obviously 14-0 early lead here for the Cougars, but they really haven't had possession for that long. It was just really long possessions for the Rams, especially that special teams touchdown.
So there's Duncan dropping back there, and it decides to just hand it off. Short little pass there to actually decided to keep it and gets taken down. So it'll be 3rd and 3, actually 3rd and 6. 6 yards to go. So the ball will be spotted at the 10-yard line, and you would be expecting the Cougars probably just to run the ball here.
Absolutely. I mean, we even saw a few weeks ago, it was like 3rd and 15, and they picked up the first down on a run. This team loves to run with their talented backs. However, we don't see a back to his side. He's alone in shotgun.
Yeah, Colby Duncan alone in the backfield. He drops back. He's throwing. And he finds his receiver, Kyle Rimpey. And it is a first down, so that first down brought to you by Great Plains State Bank. And the Cougars cash in on another first down there.
That's right, great play there, just a quick pass.
So there's a handoff to Garcia. He finds a gap and gets taken down just about the 21-yard line.
It's so difficult, the combination of obviously how talented of a back Garcia is and how strong the offensive line is for this Cougar team. It just seems like the best you can do with Garcia is limit him to 4 yards of carry, which is still going to just destroy your team.
And that was handed off there to Palladino, who rolls on to another Great Plains State Bank first down. So the chains keep moving. And now the Cougars are kind of running this little no-huddle offense. Haven't really seen a lot of that from them, but they're doing it here.
Working that quick football. We saw them roll it out once the first drive, and they're bringing it back.
So there's Jake Garcia, and he's taken down about the, looks like about the 37-yard line there.
One of the things we've mentioned earlier in the year that's so impressive about this team is how many backs can kill you. I mean, we just saw Charlie Palladino the other play. He's had a great season. Thomas Gilbert has played a huge role in almost a power back type role.
So Duncan dropping back. He's throwing deep here, and he's looking for Rimpey. He has him, and he will roll on into the end zone for the Cougars, and they take the commanding 3-score lead right here, and they roll on just like Papillion Foreign Motors. They'll get your car rolling on too, who sponsored that touchdown. Huge score there for the Cougars.
And we've talked about how these are run-heavy offenses, but when Colby Duncan needs to air it out, he has the ability. I mean, that couldn't have asked for a better ball there from Duncan.
And what about that composure in the pocket we saw from Duncan that led to that deep pass, caught this Rams defense off guard, and led them to that Foreign Motors touchdown. So 21-0 now, 8:27 to go in the first half, and the Cougars have a commanding lead against their rivals from not too far away, the Ralston Rams.
And it's just got to be frustrating here if you're the Rams, because throughout their two main drives, they've put together really strong starts to it, whether it's penalties or a few tackles for loss. They just lose all the momentum, and they have nothing to show for the potential and the bright spots that this offense has shown. And they already find themselves in a tough 21-0 hole against such a strong offense. It's hard to imagine a scenario where you can easily pull yourself back. It's going to take a lot of work if they want to claw back into this game.
Yeah, and that was, got to hand it to Rimpey too. Just a nice catch there. He was out wide and able to bring it in. As we await the kickoff now, 21-0. Gross with that commanding lead here in the first half. Here at homecoming and senior night in this rivalry game. And these fans are fired up here.
After back-to-back, just brutal finishes to your drive, you got to think for the Rams, this drive, you're just trying to get your mojo back. Find something you can work off of. Find something you can build confidence on the rest of this game.
As we await the kick here. It'll be Costi on the kick as usual. And Ralston now. They're receiving this. They're running with it, and looks like he'll make it out to about the 28-yard line. Excuse me, the 23-yard line. And this is a huge drive here, Joey. If you're Ralston, you'd like to get at least some points on the board out of this drive.
I mean, I feel like right now it's a necessity. You have to get something to work off of because you know the talent that this Gross offense brings. It seems like odds are every drive they're likely to score something. So you got to just find something to work off of, get some points on the board, and get your defense ready.
So Ackley in the gun. He's got one in the backfield with him. Holloway, as usual, in motion. And it hands it off to Holloway on the reverse. And he's taken down about midway through the first down. So it looks like they'll spot him at about the 29 or 30-yard line. We'll see how they rule it here. So it'll be 2nd and 4 now. Nice 6-yard gain there for the Rams.
And throughout this season, the Rams really have loved that reverse sweeping handoff there in motion. And you see that's a big asset there for Holloway. That's where they kind of utilize his talents the most.
So 2nd and 3, ball on the 31-yard line. Ackley in the gun. Actually under center right now. Something you don't see a whole lot from this Rams team. And he hands it off. On the handoff is number 17, A.J. Resconke. And he rolls to a first down. That first down brought to you by Great Plains State Bank. So big first down there for Ralston.
Absolutely. Resconke hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities tonight, which is kind of a surprise for me. He is a very talented back and tied for 2nd on the team in carries going into tonight.
So now Ackley in the gun in an empty set. He's got 4 on the one side, 5 on the other, so a little bit of a trip set there. There's the snap.
The screen pass.
And he's going to keep it himself as Ackley. And he gets to about midfield and right down about the 50-yard line there.
We do have a flag down on the play, and it looks like this one will be working back.
Flag down on the play. We do have holding on the Rams.
So it will be a holding call on the Rams, so this one will be coming back. And once again, Joey, those penalties hurting Ralston.
Absolutely, and that's got to be frustrating for a coach because the disciplinary issue should not be holding you back at this point of the season. Week 1, week 2, that's a given. But you're midway through your season, you're looking to go above 500. You don't want to have this momentum being shot from penalties like this.
So be 1st and 18 now from their own 35-yard line. Ackley will be in the backfield with 1 in the gun. He's got 4 out wide. There's the snap. He drops back. He's going deep. And he's got an open man, and that's a nice catch there for number 18, Rex Budenbach, And Butenbach moves the chains once again and cashes in for another Great Plains State Bank first down and moves the chains into Cougars territory now. And you can almost see the desperation mode on the side of the Rams. I know it's early, but being down 21-0, you don't want to be down anymore. You want to put some points on the board. So they got to keep moving this and just try to avoid those penalties.
Absolutely, and you like seeing them air it out like that because the defense really is not going to expect that. And Ackley did a great job staying composed because he had Thomas Gilbert right there putting pressure on him.
So Harrison Ackley in the gun. He's got one in the backfield with him. Holloway is in motion. He hands it off to Holloway, trying to find a gap. And he will be taken down right about the 39-yard line.
And
34-yard line, excuse me.
And while we get a second, Austin, I think our viewers would love to know the answer to the Lansky's gift card trivia question.
Yes, so the question was, what year was the Strength and Conditioning Center open? And it was 2016. So if you said 2016, you have a chance to win a Lansky's gift card brought to you by Lansky's. So now under center is Ackley, something we haven't seen a whole lot. The snap, and he decides to hand the ball off. That's to Ross Conkey. And Russ Conkey goes forward for another Great Plains State Bank first down, right about to the Cougars' 20-yard line.
And now already the furthest they've moved at that first drive they had, they got to the 25 when penalties pushed them back. Right now, just shy of the red zone. And like we said, they got to end this drive with points. Right now, if you're the Rams, you need 7. You're looking to really make a statement on this offensive drive to show, hey, we had our struggles, but we are capable of getting points on the board and working our way back into this game.
So the ball at the 21-yard line now. Empty formation here. Trips out wide. And Ackley decides to keep it himself. He's trying to find some space. He's able to move forward. Nice little run there from Ackley. The clock continues to run, just over 4 minutes to go in the half. And not quite the first down there, but moving closer to try to move those chains and get some points on the board for the Rams.
So we've seen that trip set up for the Rams a few times now. And the very first time they did it was a quick screen, but since then, every time it's been the QB run where we've seen Ackley roll out and the blockers will take care of business. So it's kind of become a trend for them where every handful of plays they'll bring that out.
So it'll be 2nd and 3 from the Cougars' 15-yard line. Rams threatening now in the red zone. And the snap, the handoff. And he moves forward up the gut. We'll see if they give him the first down. Doesn't look like he made it. We'll see. It will be 3rd down now. Looks about 3rd and 2 to go from the 14 now. And they're going to quickly snap it, move forward. It was Ackley who kept it on the quarterback sneak.
It looked like he got enough, but that'll be a close call.
And it looks like they did give him the first down there. So another Great Plains State Bank first down. So ball will be placed at about the 11. Actually, they're going to say it's 1st and goal now from the 10. So got to put it in the end zone now. You got 4 downs to do it.
Absolutely. And you know they're not going to be going in the air right now.
Nope.
A team that already doesn't love to pass this close to the end zone, they are going to be run heavy.
So there's the snap. Ackley decides to keep it once again. And he's got nowhere to go. And that's Jake Garcia on that big tackle for a loss. He does it all. He scores touchdowns running the ball, and he gets that huge tackle for a loss. His 2nd tackle for a loss of this game, Joey.
And Garcia obviously getting the recognition as a running back, but his linebacker skills are very talented. He does a great job reading the field, knowing where the play is going to be and where he needs to go. So 2nd and 13 now with 2:15 to play in the first half.
There's the snap. He hands it off to Holloway. And the Cougars are waiting for him on the defensive end. That was Shane Guilleon and Joe Rimpey. Little combined tackle there. So it'll be 3rd and goal now.
And this Cougars defense seems to just always know when they need to step up. And they have been fantastic this year, allowing just 10.5 points per game. And right now they're really showing up. It was first and goal, but right now, third down at the 13-yard line. They're looking to get a big stop, trying to hold the Rams to 3.
So there's the snap, and he drops back. Ackley throwing it, and it's picked off once again, and he's still going. And we'll see what the number was on that pickoff there.
I believe that was Jaden Bowen making the interception. Yep. It was number 3, Jaden Bowen, on senior day, making his first interception of the season.
Yeah, so a huge interception there from Jaden Bowen. And another costly turnover there. And that's been the name of the game so far for the Rams, driving the ball, moving it downfield, and it's either been turnovers or penalties that have come back to hurt them in this one, Joey.
I mean, absolutely. 2 interceptions thrown. Obviously, the missed snap punt that was ran back for a touchdown. Just a lot of poor mistakes here for the Rams.
So there's Duncan dropping back. He's throwing deep. And, almost caught there. The attempt was for Jackson Drake. Couldn't bring it down. And he took quite the hit there, but nice sportsmanship there. The Ram picking him up off the ground. So,
yeah, and a great defensive stop there. Juan Fontanez making a big hit because he was going to come down with that ball for a big first down.
And there's more of that composure in the pocket displayed by Colby Duncan. Didn't get the complete pass, but you could see it. Nice footwork there. Gets his feet set, delivers the pass, and just came up short. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now. Ball on their own 35.
And that composure really is impressive because you often don't see that for teams that don't pass it very much. It's the guys that are experienced passing the ball a lot.
So Duncan now, he decides to keep it. Haven't seen that yet really this game. And he gets up to about the 45-yard line.
And Duncan, not a huge rushing quarterback, just 47 rushing yards on the season entering today.
So timeout on the field taken. Let's see. Didn't see who took that timeout. I believe it was the Cougars. So they will stop the clock at 1:10 to go here in the first half. We'll take this opportunity to thank our game day sponsors, the Foot and Ankle Center of Nebraska and Iowa. You can find them online at www.footankle.com for all your foot and ankle needs. And Colleen Almgren, Better Homes and Garden, the Good Life Group. You need to sell a house, she's the way to go.
That's right. And as we discussed earlier, this is homecoming night and senior night, so we have some halftime activities going on, so we hope you stick with us for our halftime, brought to you by Ideal Payroll Service. Check them out online and stay with us at halftime.
So we are returning to action here. We'll see what the Cougars decide to do here. 3rd and 1. Ball on the 44. They do have 2 timeouts left with 1:10 to go here in the first half.
You see Owen Brennan and Garcia to his sides.
And he hands it off to Garcia. Could have predicted that. And he keeps it, and he's going to keep going. Gone out of bounds about the 27-yard line. And that first down brought to you by Great Plains State Bank. Cash in with Great Plains State Bank.
And it just seems like every short down opportunity, you can never go wrong giving it to Garcia.
And so now Duncan by himself now in the backfield, in the gun. He takes the snap. Duncan drops back. And he keeps it. Gets past the line of scrimmage, and he goes out of bounds. Looks like he got just about to the 28-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 4 now for the Cougars.
And good work there, making sure to get out of bounds with 56 seconds to go. They have 2 timeouts, but I think they'd rather not use one right now. And again, we're seeing that 5 wide.
So Duncan once again by himself in the backfield. He drops back. Duncan, he throws it out. He finds Jake Garcia. Garcia, you don't want to give him space. And Garcia finds his way into the end zone. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. And that puts the Cougars up 27-0. And that score sponsor brought to you by Papillion Foreign Motors. Keep on rolling down the road with Papillion Foreign Motors, just like Jake Garcia did right there into the end zone. His second touchdown of the night, and a commanding 27-0 lead for the Cougars.
And we've talked about how Garcia does a little bit of everything. Big in the run game, big on defense. The only area, frankly, he hasn't shown up is the receiving game usually. Only had one reception on the year going into tonight, but getting the big reception there and his first receiving touchdown of the season. Now a 28-0 lead here for the Cougars.
Yeah, Cossey hits the extra point, and it's a 4-score lead now for Omaha Gross, shutting out their rivals, the Ralston Rams. And Joey, we knew how good this Omaha Gross team is, but they're really displaying it tonight against their rivals.
Absolutely, and that Cougar student section has to be feeling it right now. Rivalry game, senior night, 28-0 lead over their rivals in just the first half. I mean, what has gone wrong for the Cougars? So the Rams are going to have to work quick if they want to try and score before the break. Just 44 seconds to work with and only one timeout remaining. You got to wonder how aggressive they'll play it, because we know they don't love to air it out.
That's right, but they might have to here, down by 4 scores. You'd like to try to put some points on the board before you go into the locker room. And we'll see what they decide to do here off this kick. And the question is, too, if you're Cossey, do you make sure you make this returnable to take some time off the clock? Maybe a little bit of a squib kick, something like that. So Cossey on the kick. And they will let this go back for a touchback. So there will be 44 seconds for Ralston to work with.
Obviously, we've seen them go into drives where, for sakes of momentum, they have urgency, but they haven't had the urgency and sense of time. And right now, they have to work quick. Like you said, they've got to get some points on the board. And lucky for the Rams, they'll start with the ball in the second half. So if they could get points on the board, even if it's just a field goal, and start with the ball, that would be huge in getting them back into this game.
Yeah, so the Rams down 28-0. And Ackley working behind center here. And goes for the little run up the middle there. We'll see who that was handed off to in the pile. And it was a 2-yard game on that run, so it'll be 2nd and 8. The Cougars take a timeout. And they'll discuss this 2nd and 8 play.
And it looks like that was Juan Fontanez, who is now down and being tended to. I'm very surprised with the play call there. Just a simple handoff right up the middle. You got to wonder if they're thinking they would have caught the defense off guard, or if they're just saying, hey, this half isn't ours, let's go get them in the third quarter.
Yeah, a little surprised as well, Joey, that the Rams opted to just go under center, hand it off up the gut.
I'm hoping to see them try something on second down. I'll be a little disappointed if they're just calling it quits for the first half. And Fontanez right now walking off on his own power, going to the sidelines. So like you had said, with that injury, they had to use their final timeout.
So the teams return to the field after the stoppage in play. 40 seconds to go here in the first half. 2nd and 8. Ball on their own 22. Ralston trying to make something happen. Ackley now in the pistol formation. There's the snap and the handoff. And no room to go there on that tackle for a loss. It was Saul Nacarelli. Oh, and I got fooled on that.
That's how you know it was a good read option there.
He even faked me out on that one. So Ackley did keep it there.
Ball gets up to the 40-yard line. Good pick up there for Ackley. And the second I saw the run, I was, again, like we were saying, I was a little disappointed, but clearly able to work out for him. Solid gain there.
They even fooled me there on that one. So We'll see. They haven't moved the chains yet. We'll see what's going on here. It was definitely enough yardage for a first down.
And you see the ref ready to spot it. He's standing at the 39 unless this ball's going back. All the other refs discussing. And it looks like we do have a penalty, or we do not have a penalty, excuse me.
First and 10 for the Rams.
First 10.
So it will be 1st and 10, and that first down brought to you by Great Plains State Bank. And ball will be placed at their own 39. Ralston's got 33 seconds to try to make something happen, put some points on the board before going into the locker room for halftime.
Rams probably happy with that confusion from the referees. They had time to think about this next play. Clock starts rolling.
So Ackley now in the gun. He's got one in the backfield. 3 out wide. He drops back. Moves around. He's rolling out. And all he can do is throw the ball out of bounds as he was being pursued. On the pursuit was Nosbich. He's that linebacker that likes to get in there. 15 seconds to go for 2nd and 10.
That defense does such a great job swarming the quarterback because first it was Thomas Gilbert making him sweat, barely missed the initial tackle, and then like you said, Nosbich right there for the QB pressure.
So 2nd and 10, ball still on the 39-yard line, 15 seconds to go here in the first half. Ralston would like to put some points on the board. They will receive the ball in the second half.
And the scoreboard is showing that the Rams have one timeout left, so that injury timeout might have been an official's timeout. So if they can get a deep play here, they do have the opportunity to stop the clock.
And that was handed off there to Res Conkey. And that might be enough to run the clock out, and that could be it for the first half, and it is. So this will bring us to halftime. Omaha Gross up 28-0 on their rivals, the Ralston Rams. This halftime brought to you by Ideal Payroll Service. Check them out online, and we'll talk to you soon here in the second half.
Folks, we'd like to welcome our alumni around this evening and extend our thanks for taking time to be with us today to celebrate with the current students, faculty, and families of Gross Catholic High School. Homecoming week is always filled with excitement. Students and staff have spent the week praying, playing, and serving the community together. We are especially excited to come together tonight as members of the Cougar family to introduce our homecoming royalty to you and to present some special awards to some Gross Catholic's finest. to the field to present these awards. Each year, Grace Catholic honors a member of our faculty and staff who has made outstanding contributions to our school community with the Faculty and Staff Hall of Fame Award. Please welcome this year's Hall of Fame Award recipient, Mr. Jim Holman. Jim Holman began working at Grace Catholic over 3 decades ago. During his time as a Cougar, Jim spent many years in the classroom teaching theology and web development. He transitioned out of the classroom in 2015 and currently oversees the school's website, the school information system, and all social media accounts. Jim earned his Bachelor's of Arts degree with a major in theology and a Master's of Ministry from Creighton University. Jim spent years as the head coach of the girls soccer team and as the student council moderator and really enjoyed both of those experiences. Jim and his wife Darcy have 2 daughters, Alex and Kinsey. Both are graduates of Grace Catholic and are currently studying to get their doctorates. In his spare time, he enjoys watching soccer, walking, yoga, and traveling, especially to Nashville, Tennessee. Jim Holman told us that he has great pride in being part of the Cougar family over the years as a teacher, coach, moderator, and friend. He said it has been a privilege to have served this community, and he wants to thank everyone for this honor. Let's hear it for Mr. Jim Holman. Our distinguished alumni award is presented each year to a graduate who has continued to promote our school spirit and demonstrate dedication to our motto, Good Chestnut. This year we had several well-deserving alumni who were nominated for the award. The following are the nominees for this year's Distinguished Alumni Award: Mike Goodwitz, class of 1973, Nicola Diaco Jacobson, class of 1990, Robert Greenhagen, class of 1998, Lynn Strakoda Sorich, class of 1982, and Bridget Bates-Smith McKee, class of 1994. Please congratulate this year's Distinguished Alumni Award recipient, Mike Goodwitz. Mike Goodwitz, better known as Coach Flipper, or Chase Flip, graduated from Grace Catholic in 1973. During his high school years, he played baseball, basketball, and golf. After graduation, he worked for several different finance parts companies. Like Ben realized he had a passion to work with children. He went back to college at UNO and earned his bachelor's degree in 1999. Flip taught at Walnut Creek Elementary and played for 20 years before retiring in 2020. Mike and his wife Michelle Lauren, class of 72, have been married for over 30 years. They have 5 children, and Mike and Michelle have supported Grace Catholic in many ways, including volunteering to co-chair our celebration event in 2019. Flip has coached both football and baseball for the Cougars. He capped a 31-year coaching career for the baseball program in 2020. During his time as head coach, his team earned the Class A State Region Championship in 2003 and 2 Class B State Championships in 2009 and 2010. He ended his career with more than 1,200 baseball victories. Flip was also instrumental in helping the Cougars win the 2012 state football title and has served as both defensive coordinator and linebacker coach for more than 20 years. He still serves as linebackers coach for Grace Catholic today. A fellow coach of his stated Flip was one of those people you never forget. Not only because he bleeds orange and blue, but because he has touched the lives of so many kids throughout his coaching and teaching career. His pregame speeches are legendary. Before each game, they're filled with motivation and playing for the GI helmet. Thanks for your time and commitment to Grace Catholic, Coach Phil Dukes Esto. Finally, this evening, we welcome back the 2012 state champion football team to celebrate their 10-year reunion. This team was determined to win the state championship in 2012, despite all the challenges they had to overcome throughout their season. Their victory over Norris at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln marked the first state football title in Gross Catholic history. We are beyond excited to honor this championship team 10 years later. Go Cougars! This past week, we've been celebrating and having tons of fun with our Cougars around the world. On Tuesday, we wore Fields of Socks. On Wednesday, we played, laughed, learned, and served our community during our school-wide mission day, dressing up with our matching hoodie. On Thursday, we dressed as tacky tourists. And on Friday, we exploded with school spirit as we dressed in our best orange and blue. Tonight, we welcome back the alumni from Gross Catholic, and thank you for your continued support of this great community. Let's introduce our Cougars around the world royalty. These dukes and duchesses, princes and princesses have been chosen by their peers to reign over the kingdom of Gross Catholic. Let the reign begin. First, we welcome our sophomore royalty. Our first couple is Duke Jacob Heffelfinger and Duchess Anna Rice. Duchess Anna Rice is the daughter of Bill and Deb Rice, both Gross, class of '86. She plays volleyball, basketball, runs track. She is a member of the student council and plans to be a student ambassador. Her favorite food is watermelon, and if she could go anywhere in the world, it would be Greece. Duchess Anna Rice. Standing in for Duke Jacob Heffelfinger is Tommy Brosek. Duke Jacob is the son of Brad and Andrea Heffelfinger. Jacob is involved in basketball, soccer, tennis, football, and plays Legion baseball. Jacob would like to travel to Alaska for a hunting and fishing trip one day. Please welcome Duke Jacob Heffelfinger. Our next couple is Duke Alex Coswell and Duchess Mary Kate Utah. Duchess Mary Kate is the daughter of Jim and Katie Brenneman Utah, both class of 1989. She's on the dance team and has been dancing since she was 3 years old. Mary Kate loves spending time with her friends and family. If she could travel anywhere in the world, she would travel to Europe because she would like to see the many different cities. Mary Kate plans to study law after high school. Please welcome Duchess Mary Kate Utah. Standing in for Duke Alex Coswell is Drew Powers. Duke Alex Coswell is the son of Scott and Brenda Coswell, class of '93. He's involved in football and basketball and is a fan of the Chicago Bears. He would love to travel to Colorado because he likes the mountains and skiing. Please welcome Duke Alex Coswell. Please welcome our junior royalty. Duke Brendan Broham and Duchess Anna Panjnagar. Duchess Ava Panjnagar is the daughter of Alon and Kathy Panjnagar. Kathy is from the class of 1995. Ava was a member of the dance team last year and is currently a member of the cheer team. In addition, she's involved in tennis and powerlifting. Fun fact about Ava is she collects Hot Wheels. She would also like to go back to New York because she loved it when she was younger. Ava plans to attend college and be in a sorority. Please welcome Duchess Ava Panjnagar. Duke Brendan Broham is the son of Amanda Broham. He has a sister named Brooklyn and a dog and a cat. Brendan would love to travel to England one day. Please welcome Duke Brendan Broham. Our next couple is Duke Nate Nickar and Duchess Mason Arenti. Duchess Mason is the daughter of Joe and Lindsay Arenti. She participates in cheer and would like to travel to Bora Bora because it is beautiful and a happy place. Please welcome Duchess Mason Arenti. Standing in for Duke Nate Nickar is Jack Miller. Duke Nate Nickar is the son of Rob and Patty, class of 91. Nate is on the football and baseball teams, and Despicable Me 2 is his favorite movie. Nate would like to travel to the Mojave Desert because he would like to meditate there. He also wants to be a painting sales associate at Lowe's someday. Please welcome Duke Merritt Pickard. Our final junior couple is Duke Christian Suzuki and Duchess Anna Sosa. Duchess Anna is the daughter of Tyrell and Tisha Simpson. She is on the softball and powerlifting teams. She's a member of the drama department, student council, Life 14, and is a student ambassador. Her favorite color is red, and she plans to be a nurse one day. Her dream trip would take her to Amsterdam to see the flower fields. Please welcome Duchess Anna Simpson. Duke Christian Suzuki is the son of Alan, class of 93, and Melissa Suzuki. He participates in baseball, powerlifting, academic decathlon, and student ambassadors. He enjoys playing guitar, and his favorite color is blue. He would like to travel to the Pacific Northwest because he loves marine and seafood. He plans to study engineering in college. Please welcome Duke Christian Suzuki. Now let's hear it for our Gross Catholic High School senior royalty. Our first senior couple is Prince Owen Wilty and Princess Marjorie McCartney. Duchess Marjorie is the daughter of Roger and Carmen McCartney. Carmen graduated the class of 1986. Marjorie is a member of the cheer and ball team. She participates in the drama department and has been the varsity cheer captain for her junior and senior years. One day she would like to travel to Greece. Marjorie plans to study criminology and criminal justice in college. Please welcome Princess Marjorie McCartney. Prince Owen Milty is the son of Mike and Molly Milty. Molly graduated from Gross in 1999. Owen participates in soccer and cross country. He is also a member of the academic decathlon and Life 14 and student council. He's the president of student council. His favorite food is watermelon, and he would love to travel to New York one day to see his favorite team, the New York Jets. Owen is planning to attend college and majoring in political science. Please welcome Prince Owen Milty. Our next couple is Prince Christian Anderson and Princess Lucy Venegas. Princess Lucy is the daughter of Jose Venegas and Lucia Venegas Ferrantes. She has participated in cheer, tennis, golf, and theater. She's a student ambassador, salt leader for her house, and a member of the Life 14. She has been 5'2" since 6th grade, and she would love to travel to Osaka, Japan, so she can go to Super Nintendo World. She's planning on going to Creighton University to become a nurse practitioner. Please welcome Princess Lucy Venegas. Standing in for Prince Christian Anderson is Tommy Oakley. Prince Christian Anderson is the son of Chad and Mary Anderson. Mary graduated from Gross in 1993. Christian was involved in football, golf, powerlifting, and basketball. In practice, he made 2 holes in 1 in Wii Sports Golf. Christian would like to travel to Cedar Point, which is the roller coaster capital of the world. He's planning to attend UNL and pursue a degree in civil engineering. Please welcome Prince Christian Anderson. Next, may I present to you Prince Salvatore Nacarelli and Princess Maria Keneally. Princess Maria is the daughter of Joseph and Carla Keneally. She's been a member of the volleyball, basketball, swimming, and track teams. She's a mandated EMHC, sings in the choir, and is a member of the National Honor Society. Maria is a dedicated competitor and won the state championship for triple jump in spring of 2022. She plans to continue learning and competing in college. Finally, Maria would love to travel to the bottom of the Indian Ocean because it would be awesome. Princess Maria Keneally. Standing in for Prince Sal Nacarelli is Manuel Mammer. Prince Sal Nacarelli is the son of Jeff and Mardell Nacarelli. He participates in football, wrestling, powerlifting, baseball, and track. He's a member of the salt team for his house. His favorite food is his grandma's pork chops and potatoes with white gravy and corn on the side. He would love to travel to Israel and visit the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Please welcome Prince Sal Nacarelli. Hardesty and Princess Isabel Simpson. Prince Isabel is the daughter of Tyrell and Tisha Simpson. She has participated in soccer and golf and is a member of the student council. She hates the number 4 and would love to travel to Greece because she loves Mamma Mia. She wants everyone to know she hopes to be fabulously wealthy one day. Princess Isabel Simpson. Standing in for Prince Gabriel Hardesty is Rashil Amin. Prince Gabriel Hardesty is the son of Bill and Gina Hardesty. He's involved in football, powerlifting, and baseball. In addition, he's a student ambassador and member of the SALT or National Honor Society. He is utterly terrified of praying mantises and would love to travel to Australia because of the grand views. He plans to attend college to pursue a career in physical therapy or pathology. Prince Gabriel Hardesty. And our final senior couple tonight is Prince Andrew Powers and Princess Cecilia Gordon. Princess Cecilia is the daughter of Terry and Melissa Crow. Cecilia participates in drama, soccer, basketball, and golf. She has a dog named Peter and would love to live in New York City during the Christmas time. Please welcome Princess Cecilia Crow. Prince Andrew is the son of Tim Powers Jr., class of 1988, and Carrie Powers. Andrew has participated in football, basketball, and track. He's a student ambassador and member of the SALT, Life Core Team, and National Honor Society. He currently holds leadership positions as a discipline officer and one of the student council vice presidents. He has played Shrek in Shrek the Musical, and he has 2 dogs named Casey and Houston. He would love to travel to Greece to see those rock buildings. Andrew plans to attend the Savannah College of Art and Design to major in performing arts, directing and producing. Please welcome Prince Andrew Powers. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 Gross Catholic Cougars around the world homecoming court. How about a big round of applause for all of them? To find out which prince and which princess will be crowned the king and queen, come to the coronation tomorrow night in the Gross Catholic Auditorium, 8 o'clock p.m. The homecoming dance is from 8:30 to 10:30 in the men's room. We'll see you all there.
And we are back here getting ready for the second half. Omaha Gross up 28-0 on the Ralston Rams. They're rivals from not too far down the road, but Joey, this Omaha Gross team looking pretty good and displaying it here tonight.
And yeah, there hasn't been an area where they've shown struggles. The defense has been great. Every time the Rams put together a strong drive, the defense comes up. I mean, 2 interceptions inside the 15-yard line. Really just finding any moment to step up. And then obviously the offenses look great. Jake Garcia, 1 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown. Colby Duncan, 2 passing touchdowns. One of them a beautiful pass to number 15, Kyle Rempe. The other one, obviously, to Garcia. The teams look great. The Rams are going to need to show up in this second half. Now, they're going to start with the ball to their favor. But this is a team where, to start the year, they've had a good offense. The Rams are averaging 28.5 points per game, but it just has not shown today.
Yeah, and we'll see how the Rams come up. They will be, as you said, getting the ball first. So we'll see if they can put some points on the board. They had some nice drives earlier in the game, but those counteracted either by turnovers or by penalties, came back to hurt them and canceled out those drives. So the kick is off, and we'll see. It should be returnable. It is. He goes to the 15, now the 20, and goes down, and the ball is out. The ball is out, and Gross still trying to jump on it, and they will. So Gross ends up with the ball at about the 47-yard line in Rams territory. So another costly turnover for the Rams. And it turns out the Cougars will start with the ball here in the second half.
And you just can't have a worse way to start the half. You're coming off just a brutal first half. You're looking for some way to build momentum. And the opening kickoff, you're losing the ball. Their 4th turnover of the game, 2nd by the special teams. So not only do the Cougars get the ball, but they start in Ram territory, ball at the 47.
So Colby Duncan now working with 2 in the backfield, and that snap, and miscue on the snap, and the Rams end up right back with the ball. So crazy turn of events here to start off the second half. Gross gets it on a fumble on the kickoff, and then they give it right back to the Rams off that snap miscue. Colby Duncan couldn't hold on to the snap.
Going into tonight, only 1 turnover on the season for the Cougars. But right there, turnover number 2, and the Rams able to shake off that last turnover, because the way they should look at it, they cancel out. They didn't turn the ball over on the kickoff. That play never happened. They took it to the 46, and they're starting with the ball.
So Harrison Ackley now, 1 in the backfield, all the way in motion. He goes to the other side. Now working in the gun. The snap. Ackley drops back, and he's rolling out here, and he tries to throw it away, and it's intercepted by John Henry Nosbish. And Nosbish, another turnover. So 3 different plays, 3 turnovers.
I can tell you with certainty, I have never seen that before to start a half or a game. 3 plays, 3 turnovers, and it's right back to the Cougars' ball. The 5th turnover for the Rams in this game, 6th total turnover in this game.
So once again, quite the turn of events here. And now the ball's on the Rams 23. Cougars have favorable field position.
If you're Colby Duncan, you're telling everyone just hold on to the ball. I don't care what game, just hold on to it.
So Duncan throws that one there. That's to number 44, Thomas Gilbert. And Gilbert gets taken down just right about the 10-yard line. And he rolls on to another Papillion Foreign Motors first down. So Cougars moving the ball here. They're already up 28-0 in this one. Just underway here in the second half. Duncan in the gun. He's got 2 in the backfield, 2 out wide. And Duncan, he fumbles that one a little bit, able to jump on it, and it will be a loss, but almost another turnover there.
Duncan just messing it up again. He couldn't get that clean handoff. Was faking the handoff, but again, I don't know if he tipped it with the back or what, but just could not hold on to that ball.
Well, and the weather's starting to get colder out, so that ball, it feels hard like a rock, sometimes hard to hold on to in this cold weather, and I think we're seeing that here in the second half. The wind is really blowing out there. So now Duncan, he's in the gun. He's got 2 in the backfield. Another high snap. He's able to hand that one off to Gilbert. Gilbert looks like he got about 3 yards on that run.
See Palladino and Rempe checking in. Palladino been surprisingly quiet tonight. He had one play earlier where his number was called on, but he really hasn't gotten much action.
So the ball's on the 13 of the Rams. Cougars working with it. It's 3rd and 11. So 3rd and long here. 9:35 to go in the third quarter. So there's the snap. Duncan drops back. He hands it off. And that's to Palladino, right on cue there, Joey, but he gets tripped up there. Turf Monster got him there, and he goes down. So we'll see if they opt to kick the field goal. This wind is blowing.
And one of Palladino's strengths is just the versatility he brings. One of the team's leading rushers and the leader in receiving yards. They called on his number there. He had the play to probably get the first down, but like you said, lost his footing. So it's 4th and 6 now for the Cougars.
So Duncan is back out on the field. He's in the backfield by himself. He drops back and rolls out a little bit. He's wide open up the middle, and he goes into the end zone and puts the Cougars on the board once again and rolls on for another score, and that score brought to you by Papillion Foreign Motors, and puts the Cougars up 34-0 here. And Colby Duncan decided to do it all himself there. And what a gap up the middle for Duncan to run up.
Yeah, great awareness by Duncan. He had no receivers there. He's not a running quarterback, but he saw that lane and he did not hesitate. Went right in for his second rushing touchdown on the year.
So Cossey on to take the extra point, 34-0. And Cossey puts it up, and it's good, 35-0. And it's been all Cougars all game long. And turnovers and penalties have come back to her Ralston in this one.
Absolutely, and they're going to be getting this ball just saying, what can we do? Now you're at the point where every single drive you need 7. There's no other option. You're putting 7 up on the board or this drive is not a success.
Well, and the clock's going to start running now nonstop with Gross up 35-0. So if you're Ralston, you got to start throwing the ball.
Absolutely, and it's going to be something that will really take them out of their comfort zone. We know they don't like throwing it with Ackley, but Ackley's got an arm. We've seen him exhibit that. Frankly, he's got the baseball arm. He plays for the Ralston team. He's one of their better players. He has the arm. They're just going to have to get that confidence, try and find the open man and move the ball, move it quick.
And we've seen some nice passes from him deep. Gross giving him a lot to work with that one safety deep, but we'll see if that continues up here in the second half.
And you do know, as a quarterback, after a big turnover, that can affect you mentally. And Ackley does have 2 interceptions on the day, and it was on the 2 most promising drives they had. So you have to wonder mentally if he's ready to start airing it out, if he feels like he's prepared.
So Cossey now to kick it off. 2 back to receive for the Rams. And the kick. And that one will be back in the end zone for a touchback. So not a lot of time now for Ralston to work. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Rams. 8:40 to go here in the third quarter.
After that just chaotic start to the first half, 3 plays, 3 turnovers. They need to just settle down right now on offense, put together a good, strong, consistent drive.
So Ackley in the gun. He's got 1 in the backfield. Holloway in motion. And Ackley decides to keep it himself, and he's got nowhere to go. Huge tackle there from Owen Brennan for a loss. And a nice sack there by Owen Brennan. Loss of 2. The clock's going to keep running, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Ball on their own 18 for the Rams. Running out of time here, trying to make something happen down 35-0.
And on that last play, when you see the speed match up there, Ackley was going a lot faster than Brennan. You're expecting, even if he makes the tackle, for him to be able to push forward a few yards. A brick wall there from Owen Brennan. Absolutely nowhere to go but straight down.
So now under center is Ackley. There's the snap, the handoff. And not a lot of room to work with there. Looks like they handed that one off to Resconki.
Powerful tackle there. Looked like that might have been Thomas Gilbert, number 44, just throwing him down.
And it was Holloway on the carry there. So it'll be 3rd and 11, ball on the 19-yard line.
Excuse me, that was number 14. That was Henry Nospich on the tackle.
So Ackley now in the gun, 1 in the backfield, 4 out wide. And the snap. Ackley drops back, facing pressure. He throws that to Holloway. And Holloway's got some room now. And he moves forward and rolls on. That's another Papillion Foreign Motors first down, and a first down for the Rams, and that's huge.
Yeah, one of the bigger plays tonight for the Rams. And, you know, we've seen a lot of plays where you know they're going to pass it and they kind of go for a little screen pass. And when the blockers are there, it really does work out well for them. They got guys like Holloway who are just shifty, able to find an open hole, able to punch out a few more yards.
So Ackley now in the gun, 1 in the backfield, 3 out wide. Now Holloway in motion. And he hands it off. Actually, that is Fontanez Nieto. And he gets just before the 50-yard line to about the 49. And this is a great chance for me to give our second half trivia question. So our trivia sponsor, once again by Lansky's. If you know the answer to this, you could go ahead and go on Twitter. The link will be showing up. The winner, you can get a gift card to Lansky's. What decade was our Cougar mascot named Freddy? So if you know the answer, go on Twitter and put the answer there in there. But we're back in action on the field. 5:30 to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 4, ball on the 49-yard line. Ackley alone in the backfield in the gun.
You see that trips right formation. The last few times we've seen that, that means he's rolling out to the right, going for the quarterback run. We'll see if they follow that trend or switch it up here.
So Ackley on the snap. And he did try to roll out, nowhere to go. And he's taken down. Looks like that was a combination of Sebastian Nava and Saul Nacarelli.
Now, I'm not sure if right there they kind of thought that play would deceive the defense there, but he kind of didn't commit to anything, and he just let the line just swarm him. There was really no protection on that play.
Could have been a little bit of a miscommunication as well there on the offensive end for the Rams. Clock continues to run. Now 4:37 to go in the third quarter. Lone backfield. Ackley in the gun. Looks for the play on his wristband. He gets the snap. He rolls out. And he's throwing it and almost picked off. Orange jerseys everywhere. And ball is incomplete. So it'll be 4th and 6. Ball on the 47 for the Rams. And it looks like they have the punting team coming out.
And it's tough for Ackley. The performance we've seen from this Gross defensive line, just so little time to find an open man and get the throw. Being taken down right as he was making that pass.
Well, and the last time the Rams tried to punt, it was a high snap that led to a touchdown for the Cougars. We'll see what happens here. The snap is taken, and the punt is away. Wynn gets a hold of that one, and it will be down to about the 28-yard line. So the Cougars will be working on about their own 28.
As that clock keeps rolling, just under 3.5 minutes left in this third quarter. We want to take a minute to shout out our game day sponsors. Foot and Ankle Center of Nebraska and Iowa, online at www.footankle.com. and Colleen Almgren, Better Homes and Garden, the Good Life Group.
So back to action on the field now. Colby Duncan returns out there. He's in the gun. He's got Jake Garcia in the backfield with him. And a little late substitution there coming on. Also is Thomas Gilbert. Garcia's got 2 touchdowns already in this game, and he hands that one off to Gilbert, and nowhere for Gilbert to go. It'll be a tackle for a loss of about 3.
And great pressure drawn up there. You saw number 50, Brandon Cavender, the team's leader in tackles, able to burst right through and make that tackle.
So now under 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Duncan in the gun. He's got Gilbert and Garcia in the backfield with him once again, and looks like we have a timeout on the field.
Official timeout on the field.
It is an official timeout. We'll see what's going on here. A little bit of discussion. So now they spot the ball. Clock continues to run. 2nd and 13. Ball on the 25 for the Cougars. And Duncan rolling out. He gets hit. And ball comes up short.
Duncan's pass intended for Jake Garcia falls incomplete.
On the hit was A.J. Resconky applying the pressure. Nowhere for Duncan to really throw that one. So 3rd and 13. Ball on the 25.
And man, the last 2 plays, we've seen a different defense here for the Rams, really boosting the pressure. Got the tackle for loss, and right there, Resconky absolutely popping the quarterback. And you did like to see right after that, you saw him kind of help Duncan up, kind of pat him on the back.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Tyler Zahn, you're kind of wondering where that defense was in your first half. So Duncan drops back. He's rolling out now, facing the pressure. And all he can do is throw that one out of bounds, so it'll be 4th and 13. Expect to see the punting team here for the Cougars, and they are coming out.
Whatever defensive adjustments they made on this drive, I can guarantee you'll see it their next defensive drive. The first 3 and out we've seen, and the first time we're seeing a punt here for Omaha Gross.
Yeah, so the punting team does come out.
John Straight back, ready to punt this one away. And Hudson Halloway back for the return.
And Straight puts the punt up. A little bit of a wobbler. He's got some distance though. And they're going to let this one roll, and it looks like it'll get just about to the 31-yard line of the Rams.
A very friendly roll on that punt there. Initially, kind of reason to worry on that punt, but all in all, nothing too bad.
So clocks continues to run at about 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Omaha Gross up 35-0 on their rivals against the Ralston Rams. 1st and 10, ball on the 31 for Ralston.
And notice Colby Duncan right now on the sidelines.
And they get the snap off before the clock runs down. And they hand it off to A.J. Resconky. Not a lot of room there. And that will be it for the third quarter. And then this will take us to the fourth quarter. I'll pass off the play-by-play duties to my colleague, Joey Kirkle. And we will take a quick break, but don't go anywhere.
Gross Catholic Booster Club 500 calendars. Check out the school's website. You can start purchasing those 500 calendars. In fact, the first winner was Johnson and Young Sports Center, the first winner of the Booster Club 500 calendar club. There are several left. We're not there tomorrow. Check it out. Fireside calendar. Young Sports Center, first winner.
All right, back for the fourth and final quarter of action. It'll be 2nd and 11 here. Ball at the 30-yard line. Ackley looking to lead this offense to their first scoring drive of the night. He's going for the quick screen pass here. Able to punch out maybe 2 yards on that play, looking like only a gain of 1. And that was Hudson Holloway.
And what a stop there by Gross. They were all over that screen pass. Not a lot of room for the Rams to go anywhere.
And on those screen passes, it can be really difficult sometimes to make those open field tackles, but no issues there from the Cougars. So 3rd and 9, ball placed at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, and if you're Ralston, you have to convert this 3rd down here. This is huge.
4 out wide, Rest Conkey to his side. Ackley in shotgun. Airs this one out. He's got Holloway, but the tackle made behind the marker. They'll be short of the first down. Looking like it'll be a 4th and 2, maybe 4th and 3, and it will be 4th and 2 here for the Rams. Big conversion here, looking to stretch out this drive. And you got to keep an eye on Holloway out wide to the right. He's been the big target tonight. And you see shotgun formation, Rest Conkey behind him.
We'll see if Gross decides to go with the zone here. They're bringing the pressure.
A great tackle there by Thomas Gilbert. Behind the line, forcing the turnover on downs. Thomas Gilbert on senior night coming up with a huge tackle.
Yeah, Thomas Gilbert was all over that. And a little surprise, once again, they didn't go for a short pass, some kind of slant or something there. And Gross was all over that. And the shutout continues for the Cougars.
I was expecting to see either a quick screen pass or one of those motion sweep handoffs to Holloway. So it'll be 33-yard line. That is where the Cougars will start this drive with 9.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Colby Duncan at quarterback. He's going to fake the handoff right to the left side. Quick pass just over the hands of Charlie Palladino.
Yeah, a little bit of an errant pass there from Duncan.
Wanted to get the play action going early, but no success, so 2nd and 10 coming up. And for the Cougars, such a great night. Obviously, we've discussed multiple times homecoming night, senior night, rivalry game, and man, have they shown up. 35-0 lead, looking like they will start their season 5-0. Duncan will hand this one off. Garcia right up the middle, working his way forward to the 17-yard line. Another first down here, about a 16-yard gain for Jake Garcia. Another wonderful night for Garcia. He's got 2 touchdowns and a big gain for him.
Yeah, and that's just another nice run by Garcia. That's what he's done all season long, and rolls on for another Papillion Foreign Motors first down. And Garcia, that's the name of the game with him. We saw a receiving touchdown for him. Something a little bit unusual. Usually does it on the ground. Has had some nice tackles for losses. He's been doing it all. And in warm-ups before the second half started, he was even punting the ball out there. So he can do it all.
Going for the quarterback here. Duncan runs up the middle. Blockers create room. And the second rushing touchdown of the game for Colby Duncan. His 3rd of the season. And we've got a 41-0 lead here for the Cougars. And right there, another touchdown here for Papillion Foreign Motors as we see them riding away with this victory, 41-0. And Alex Koss here ready for the PAT. Koss's PAT is good, 42-0 with under 8 to go here at Bryan High. And a great touchdown play there. We saw It looked like it was going to be another handoff to Garcia. You saw him to the right of Duncan. Then at the last second, the motion out to going to the right side of the field, and then Duncan right away able to follow the blockers, create a lane, and pretty much walk into the end zone.
And Joey, how about Colby Duncan with 2 rushing touchdowns on the night? We've seen some composure from him in the pocket, great game management in this. He has just played some great quarterback for this Cougars team this year.
Well, all around, and what we said earlier was probably the biggest game of the season. It's been his best game of the year. Going into tonight, passing and rushing, he had 7 touchdowns. He's got 4 tonight. Two in the air, 2 on the ground. So really a fantastic outing here from Colby Duncan, who is showing his team that he's got that senior leadership as they look to really show that they're one of the top teams in Class B, maybe the top team.
So the teams return to the field.
And unfortunately for the Rams, I think their goal is starting to shift. It's no longer go for the comeback. Now it's just make it respectable. Get something to work for towards next week, as we got a short kickoff caught just shy of the 20-yard line. Going down at about the 28-yard line. And that was A.J. Resconky.
And Stephen Ginn, the kicker, 1st and 10 for Ralston.
Yeah, and if you're Ralston, you have to start throwing the ball, right, Joey?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's been the they like to run it, a lot of those option plays, but now down 42-0, you'd like to at least come out and not get shut out in this one. So we'll see if they can do that here.
And like we said, we've seen multiple drives where they start to get it together. They work their way down the field, whether it's a turnover or penalties or something, they find a way where they just are not able to score. First down handoff, just nowhere to go, taken down in the backfield, defensive line just swarming. And you can see the experience in this Gross, both offense and defensive line. The boys up front really know what to do. Right there, a loss of 2. That's 2nd and 12 at the 26. Motion here. He's going to hand this one off. Got some open room here. Down to the 50, the 40. Looking like we're going to get the 4th points of the night for the Rams. Hudson Holloway, a 74-yard touchdown. That's what the Rams have been looking for. We've seen that motion play be one of the better looking opportunities, and Holloway not slowing down, going all the way to the end zone, rolling his way into a Papillion Foreign Motors touchdown.
Yeah, and we've seen that speed from Holloway all night long on those motions. They like to run those reverses, and ran one there, and it was all Holloway. No one even near him, and puts the Rams on the board.
So now Alex Diaz-Cabrera, his first PAT of the night. And that one is good. 42-7 is our score. 6:22 to go. And now let's give the answer to our second half trivia question brought to you by Lansky's. The question again was, what decade was our Cougar mascot named Freddie? The answer, the 1990s. So if you went in on Twitter and said 1990s, you may be a winner of a gift card to Lansky's. So now the Cougars going to be getting the ball back, up 42-7.
And here's the question. Might be a little early for an onside kick, Joey, but your defense has not been able to stop this rushing attack from the Cougars. So do you go ahead and kick the onside kick here? 6:22 left to go.
It would be a bold move, but I mean, it's definitely a possibility. And frankly, with a score like 42-7, the real question is, what do you have to lose? If you don't get it, there's really not that big of a consequence. So Charlie Palladino and Kyle Rempe back to return the kickoff. Diaz-Cabrera ready to kick it. And he will kick this one off. Caught at the 10-yard line by Rempe. Working his way to the middle of the field, following Palladino's block. Going just shy of the 40, hesitating, going out of bounds. And being tackled right at about the 38-yard line. Nice return there from Rempe. So good starting field position with 6:15 to go in the game.
Yeah, and if you're the Cougars, you're in no rush right now to run a play this entire drive. You're going to take your time, and we know their rushing attack, what they're capable of. They're capable of picking up those first downs and putting this game away.
Absolutely. So 1st and 10, the official spot is at the 39-yard line. Colby Duncan has Charlie Palladino in the backfield. It's like I formation. He has Gilbert and Palladino behind him. He's going to go the handoff to Gilbert right up the middle, right around the first down marker. We'll see if they gave it to him. And they did. They'll be moving the chains. And that is a first down brought to you by Great Plains State Bank. The quick handoff there to Gilbert.
Yeah, and a huge first down pickup. And how about the game from Gilbert? We've seen him on the defensive end with some nice tackles. He's had some nice rushes as well this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. And the handoff here, this time to Palladino. Seeing that shiftiness he always brings. Another first down before finally being taken down just inside the 35-yard line. And one of the things we've seen from Palladino this season when he gets the ball is his patience. There aren't a lot of guys you can see that start to go and then take that moment where they seem to go to a complete stop, read the field, and then figure out where they're going. And he does such a great job at that, getting those big pickups.
Well, and he displays his agility there, too, as well. Nice athleticism from Palladino. Running him in the backfield. You usually kind of see him more as a wide receiver, but they got him in the background there. And he got the huge first down.
Sticking with this I formation, not something you see a lot. They go to Gilbert, but he slips and goes down just just in front of the line of scrimmage.
At the line of scrimmage.
And I think one of the things that makes this Gross team so dangerous is obviously you look at the rushing attack and all you're thinking about is Jake Garcia. And he's obviously the star player of this team. But you have the Palladinos that single-handedly can torch a defense. You have Thomas Gilbert who can get those power rushes. Like, there is a lot of talent on this team. Even Owen Brennan has 2 rushing touchdowns on this season.
Yeah, the Cougars, they got a lot of weapons on this team.
It's back to Palladino, but a good joint tackle here from the Rams, going down just shy of the 30-yard line. So it'll be right around 3rd and 5 here with 3.5 minutes to play.
Tackle by Karasek.
A little bit of words exchanged between a couple offensive linemen and a couple linemen out there. So
you can expect that in a rivalry game like this.
Oh, yeah. And once again, you're in no rush if you're the Cougars. This nice, easy 42-7 lead.
And I imagine they'll stick with this formation as long as they can. Back to Palladino, rolling to the left side of the field, picking up the first down and more, trucking through a defender before being sent down at the 15-yard line. And you look at Palladino, he's a smaller guy. You don't expect him to be able to kind of barrel through a defender like he does sometimes.
Yeah, and he barreled over that defender and barrels through for another Great Plains State Bank first down.
Jake Garcia comes in for Palladino. 2:40 to play here at Bryan High. And looking at this Gross team, heck of a start to the season. Looking to move to 5-0 in their next game after we see the handoff right here. That is Garcia working this ball inside the 10-yard line. But after this game, their next game of the season will be next Friday at Plattsmouth, who has a 2-2 record going into tonight. And as we speak, Plattsmouth playing Beatrice. And that will be the next opponent for the Cougars.
Yeah, and that's a big district game against Plattsmouth as well. So things not going to get easier for Gross, but looking good so far this year, on their way to 5-0 on the year.
And not to mention for Gross, this is their last home game of the regular season. They got to be going on the road for these games. So if they're going up against a tough opponent, that can be a hard battle. Garcia with the handoff going to the right side of the field, working his way past the defenders. The 3rd touchdown of the night for Jake Garcia. Cougars able to extend that lead even more. We got a late flag thrown as we see likely an excessive celebration from the linemen rowing the boat. And I'll be honest, you love to see it in a rivalry game like that. The team celebration. And another Papillion Foreign Motors touchdown as we see them driving away with this victory in the rivalry matchup. 1:43 to play, 48-7. Alex Koss for the PAT, likely going to be a longer PAT after that flag.
Got to give the fans some entertainment, though. Was it a boat that they were rowing? Is that what it was?
It looked like it was, like a canoe. They were rowing the canoe.
That's what I thought I saw. Pretty well coordinated. You wonder when these guys get the time to practice that stuff, but you know.
Got to wonder when they practice it.
Got to have fun out there.
And if Coach knew they were practicing it, that's the real question. Koss able to knock it down. So 49-7 is your score. Just 1:43 to play here at Bryan High. So Rams likely going to have one more drive to put some more points on the board before they go into their next battle next week, as they will go on the road to face Omaha Skutt. We're getting information. That celebration absolutely planned. Owen Brennan running on from the sideline to get in on that. And honestly, again, in a rivalry game like this, that's when you really love to see the celebration.
Well, yeah, and you know, having fun out there. Like to see the kids having fun. Provide some more entertainment for the crowd on hand.
Exactly. The student section already having a great night with the score, looking to give them a little more. And senior night, I can guarantee you the majority of that group was probably the senior guys.
Well, and Joey, what a turnaround for this Gross Catholic football team. 5-0 on the year. It looks like they're going to be rolling to, and just a great showing in every game so far, and it's been all this rushing attack and quite a bit of weapons on this team.
Absolutely. Coach Van Hout has to be proud of the work he has done. Obviously, a lot of talent on this team, but the past few years, this team has really been struggling, where I think going into this year, a lot of people would be happy just knowing that they'd be hitting 5 wins for the season, let alone starting the year 5-0. So the squib kick here, that'll be picked up and recovered at the 48-yard line. So the Rams are going to start in Cougar territory with 1:35 to go. That clock now rolling. Going to try and get one more score for the night.
1st and 10 for the Rams.
Yeah, and that first drive for the Rams, pretty commanding we saw from them, but then those penalties that brought them back, and that just kind of killed the momentum for the rest of the game for Ralston.
So it looks like an I formation here for the Rams. Going to be the quick handoff right up the middle and immediately stopped by that defensive line. Just nowhere to go. Got maybe 2 yards on that run. And with that clock rolling, the offense taking their time right now discussing the play. You'd think they'd be going no huddle, working as fast as they can. Now just 30 seconds to play. Ackley's taking his time.
Yeah, and Ackley working under center, too. A little unusual this late in the game.
Ackley's going to hand this one right up the middle. Cutting back, refusing to go down, working his way to the right side of the field. Heck of a run there. A.J. Resconky making something out of nothing, looking like he was going to be tackled in the backfield, able to kind of get some room to himself and wrap around to the right side of the field. He does go out of bounds, which will stop the clock, but now that clock is rolling. 3 seconds on the clock, and that will do it here for senior night homecoming game. It is a 49-7 victory for the Gross Catholic Cougars. They extend their record to 5-0 on the year. Like we said, they'll be back in action next Friday at Plattsmouth. And man, heck of a game tonight. They did bring the excitement. And Jake Garcia showing up again, 3 total touchdowns and a whole lot of yards. Colby Duncan having his best game of the season with 4 total touchdowns. What did you like from this Gross team tonight?
all around, just a great game for Omaha Gross. I got to say, on the defensive end, when they needed to show up, they really displayed their capabilities. They showed that they are good at tackling. They get after them. They get the feet. They get them down. And I think that's what I was most impressed is on the defensive end. We know about the running game. We know about the weapons on offense. But on the defensive end, the Cougars showed up tonight.
Absolutely. I think the final count was either 5 or even maybe 6 turnovers forced from the defense and special teams. And the defensive line, which has always been a strong suit, really looking stronger than ever.
Most definitely.
So Gross will be back in action next week as they take on Plattsmouth. But we want to thank our game day sponsors one more time, Foot and Ankle Center of Nebraska and Iowa. Check them out online at www.footankle.com. And Colleen Almgren, Better Homes and Garden, The Good Life Group. We want to thank our other sponsors, ID Bailey and Papio Valley Nursery. It was a fun one here tonight at Bryan High School. We thank everyone for tuning in. We thank our camera crew and producers for making this happen. For Austin Ulmer and everyone listening, I am Joey Kirkle signing off. We will see you guys soon.